All right, let's get this show live and on the road. My name is Dr. Tread Rissacker, and I am a doctor of chiropractic, and I'm your host for the next 30 minutes on my Dr. Tread TV. And it is November 28th. It is a beautiful day in South Florida. I woke up to 50-degree weather, and it was a pleasure. I laid out in the sun and just this low humidity and nice sunlight is means everything. I just want to welcome you if you're just tuning in. Today, I'm going to explain a little bit about what I do at the laser spa. I'm going to go over the 5 most important reasons to come in for slim body sculpting and laser spa, what I'm doing there. And I also want to announce that we are having our food drive. And there it is. It's a canned food drive. And all through the month of December, right up to January 1st, you can donate 5 cans of food and get a free consultation, a free body fat analysis, of course, a question and answer with me. And that's nothing unusual. I do that all the time for people. But what's unusual about this food drive is for those 5 cans of food, you can get a free laser lipo treatment also. And if you're interested in buying a package or a plan for a loved one, which I would suggest, it's Christmas is around the corner, and what better gift than the gift of health and wellness and a slim body? I mean, who doesn't want a slim body, a suddenly slim body? And you could purchase the plan in exchange for the food drive, and you'll get a sharp discount if you promote and support our food drive. And this will be going on every day except for Sunday until January 1st, right through Christmas. Okay. So without any further ado, let's get on to my real one of the messages I want you to understand here today. All right. So what's going on here is, if you've ever been frustrated before and you have failed at weight loss, as so many people have, then my FDA-cleared lipo laser could be the answer for you, okay? At the Slim Body Spa, you can get high speed, high definition, faster than ever, high weight loss and body sculpting. And let me tell you, it is a superstar procedure. It works really, really well. And I'll explain it to you right here. So you can look at my before and after pictures. I know I can find them here for you. I'm not going to worry about it here. But I lost 30 pounds and I dropped 2 pant sizes in only 6 weeks using my own laser lipo weight loss system. Okay. And here are the 5 most important reasons that you would think of coming in to see the spa. I tried to list them into 5 major groups that people struggle with. And then I know that what we do is an answer for that. And the first one is, just trying to set this up here. The first one is, number 1 is, and this is a free consultation. And if you hear something here that you like and you're interested, by all means, give us a call and schedule that consult. And remember, 5 cans of food gets you in. And you don't have to worry about any upfront fees. The day you come in, you'll get a complete consultation, an exam. And if you qualify, we'll also give you a free laser lipo session. We can't promise it'll be immediately after your consult because we have to schedule that. But you will get it, okay? And also, if you choose to want to purchase a plan for a friend or a loved one or somebody as a Christmas gift, you get a discount off of that plan. Okay, number 1 reason why people call the Slim Body a good reason to call. You're overweight, 20 to 30 pounds, and you're over 50 years old. All right. Remember when you were young and we all were young once, and you were in your teens, your 20s, your 30s. If you were 20 to 30 pounds overweight at that point of your life, you're probably just overeating and not exercising enough, living a sedentary lifestyle. I would consider those bad habits. The chances of it being a physical ailment like a hormonal problem or a metabolic problem, which is secondary to diseases and maladies and illnesses that we acquire as we get older. If you're 20 or 30 pounds and you're under 50 years old, you need to hit the gym and work hard at exercise and getting the weight off. I mean, it does work for you at that age. But when you're over 50 years old and you're carrying 20, 30 pounds around, now you have a life-threatening problem, because that body fat is going to cause you to be a huge risk of developing vascular disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, lethargy, autoimmune problems, dementia, cancer. If you're over 20 to 30 pounds overweight and you're over 50 years old, you're at a huge risk. 40% more likely to die prematurely than someone who is of a normal weight at the same age group. That's a sobering statistic. Number two, a lot of you out there, you've lost weight in the past and you've gained it back. And now it's been more difficult than ever to lose the weight. You've plateaued almost. You lost weight in the past and you had these tools that you've always relied on because you learned it growing up. I learned how to cut weight. I stopped eating, went to the beach more, exercised a little bit, cut out some of the sugars, cut back on alcohol. And I always was able to change my weight and my body mass. Something changed when I became 50 years old. Excuse me. And all of a sudden, the same effort isn't giving me the same result. In other words, I've lost weight in the past, and now that I'm older, it's become more difficult than ever to lose weight. Something is wrong. And here's the truth. Your hormones have changed. As you get older, your hormones change. And that hormonal change is fighting you to keep the weight on. It wants to keep the weight on. So at the Slim Body Spa, we have remedies for that. We have remedies for those hormonal fluctuations. And of course, we have a laser which doesn't care what your hormonal profile is. It just doesn't matter to the laser. The laser shrinks and reduces fat regardless of your hormonal profile, because it's a machine. It's technology that shrinks and reduces subcutaneous fat. Now, the visceral fat, the fat which is surrounds your organs and your the really super unhealthy stuff, man, that you got to diet and exercise. And we have remedies that will help you to get that off faster than you could ever imagine. So, number 3 reason. Somebody told you that you have a slow metabolism and you cannot lose weight. How many people out there, raise your hand if you believe your metabolism has slowed down and you can't lose weight as a result of it? Now, as a doctor, I would tell you that's 50% true. However, the reason for your slow metabolism can be addressed very easily if you know exactly what to do. If you don't know what to do, addressing a slow metabolism is near to impossible, because most of you don't even know what metabolism really means, the definition of a metabolism. I'm a doctor. I practice weight loss and body sculpting and natural health care, and I do detoxification and whole body vibration. I am all well read on hormonal profiles and what metabolism is. And I can tell you that metabolism can be changed. Your metabolism can be sped up. Few simple rules about eating and sleeping and exercise. And over time, you will have improved metabolic profile, which is huge. Huge. And I can tell you it has a lot to do with what you're eating, the food you're choosing to eat. Some foods support metabolic profile, support metabolic health, such as fresh vegetables, fresh low sugar fruits, lean proteins, especially eaten in the morning when you're the most active, less of it at night when you're least active and it's turned into fat because you're not burning any energy. Your metabolism can be improved. And it is not something you're destined to be doomed with forever and ever. So we can help you with that. And when you come in for the canned food drive, you put in the 5 cans of food, I will give you a complimentary $300 value of a body impedance analysis test. It's called a BIA exam. And it's a computer that's attached to 2 electrical pads, like EKG pads, that we put in your name. Your name doesn't matter. I'm sorry. We put in your age, your height, your weight, your gender, and then how much. And then what we do is we pass a very mild, we put the electrode on your right foot and on your right hand. And then in 30 seconds, it passes a mild electrical current through your body, and it measures how fast the amount of body fat you're carrying, the amount of muscle, the amount of water, all that conducts electricity at different speeds. So somebody with a high body fat content is going to conduct electricity a lot faster than somebody with a lean muscle mass, because fat is more conductive. And this machine will tell you to the T what your metabolism really is, not what somebody told you, or not that you think you have a slow metabolism for the rest of your life. And, by getting the data, get the truth, it'll set you free to realize that your metabolism is most likely a direct ratio of how much muscle tone you're carrying at your current age, weight, height, and gender. Okay, so in order to lose weight or to change your body composition, you need to know your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. That is your metabolism. My metabolism, when I jumped into this process 12 years ago, I was 52 years old. My metabolism was 2,400 calories a day. In other words, I can burn 2,400 calories. I have to burn 2,400 calories just to stay alive, just to stay healthy. And if I want to get, if I think I'm going to lose weight, or I think I'm going to body sculpt, or I'm going to get stronger, and I eat that same amount, the chances are it's not going to work, because I haven't changed that body fat, my metabolism. So eating a little bit less will cause you to lose weight or really muscle tone. Eating a little bit more will always make fat. So metabolism is a direct result of your muscle tone. And that machine I have, the BIA exam, which we'll do in exchange for the 5 cans of food, you can come in and have that done. It's only literally 5 minutes long to do the test. And I have lots of openings. If you want to call up right now, grab the phone as you're sitting listening to this, schedule it. I'll be in the office in another 2 hours, and I can do it today. All right, so that was number 3. Number 4 reason to call us right away to find out if we can help you is you have plateaued in your weight loss program. And no matter how many exercises you're doing or how few calories you consume, you're not able to budge the weight loss. In other words, you've kind of maxed out what somebody might get results without any real training. If you were, if you went in to try to build a house, and you weren't a trained carpenter, but you had a little idea, you knew about foundations and walls and doors, and you've watched a lot of shows on HGTV, and you decide that you are going to build a nice house. And as you get started, you realize that your house is terrible. You really do not have the skills to really build a quality, strong, long-lasting home for you and your family. And yet you thought maybe you could, but you failed, and everyone's at risk. That is the same thing that happens to many of you out there when it comes to whatever weight loss program you're on, whether it's medically supervised by some doctor who pushes drugs, because that's what they do, or it's coming from a procedure that somebody promised you, that you put this thing on your wrist and you go low, or this Fitbit, or all these different, Noom. None of them really allow you to, they don't have a laser to help accelerate it. It's totally reliant on diet and exercise and products that they want to sell you. And that's not what we do. So if you've plateaued in your weight loss program, and no matter how many exercises you're doing or how few calories you consume, you cannot budge the weight loss. This is what we do. We help people like you. So your lipo laser targets, our lipo laser targets, it's yours if you rent it for the hour, it's yours. Your lipo laser session targets subcutaneous fat and will actually melt away those inches you have not been able to reduce using diet and exercise alone. Let's face it, it's dealing with the outer compartment, the outer fat, the stuff that collects around your, you squeeze your belly and you can squeeze that fat there. That's what we target. Diet and exercise does not target that, especially after 50 years old. So I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States for all I care. The laser will help you no matter who you are. So, number 5 reason, and this is a huge one. You want to get rid of your stubborn fat so badly, and it's number 5 reason why you should call us to schedule your free consultation. You want to get rid of your stubborn fat so badly that you've been considering some surgical procedure like liposuction, tummy tucks, or even freezing your unwanted fat. I mean, you want to freeze something? My lipo procedure at the Slim Body Spa gives instant results the same day. You don't have to wait to heal. There's no downtime. You put the laser on, you take the laser off, you vibrate on a whole body vibration plate for 10 minutes. You're measured and you've lost 1/8 of an inch approximately on each area that laser was applied to. And as long as you follow the rules of no eating 2 hours afterwards, drinking plenty of fresh water to flush it out, you've literally removed those fatty calories. They won't be restored somewhere else. And you will have an inch loss and body fat reduction demonstrated by our body fat analysis machine. Not that stupid scale. The scale is important, but it doesn't tell you that you lost fat. It just tells you lost weight. Right? Think about that. How many ways can you drop 5 pounds? I can think of a few. Some you don't even want to hear. Good bowel movement in the morning. So people can lose 2-3 pounds. You can lose 5 to 10 pounds in a month just by cutting out salt, lowering your sodium intake, staying away from processed foods. You're going to lose weight from that alone. You can lose weight by starving, by not eating, going on fasting. However, you're not losing fat, you're losing stored energy called muscle tone for the most part, unless you really stick with it. But most people don't do that for too long. They do this 1 or 2 day, they call it intermittent fasting, and they're losing weight. Now, when you're under 50 years old, intermittent fasting, starving is not such a bad idea because you're losing muscle as a result of starvation. You're burning energy in the form of muscle. But because you're younger, you can build that muscle back pretty quickly. So you're motivated to continue. But I promise you, when you're over 60 years old or you're over 55, or maybe you've had some hormonal challenges, you've been under a lot of stress, your body's produced a lot of cortisol, your blood sugar is elevated, your triglycerides are high, your blood pressure is up, you got you on some kind of hypertension medication. Maybe you're on a statin at the same time. What's happening is your body's ability to make muscle, to grow muscle back, becomes severely difficult, even if you're super healthy. And this is something I really have recently learned about. There's some wonderful information out on the internet. There's a guy named Dr. Peter Attia. He's an MD, and he has a podcast called Drive. And he's like an authority on muscle tonicity, muscle growth, fast fibers, slow fibers, and how you can prolong your life, have more quality in your life, have more energy in your life, protect your frame from falls and injuries. You can increase your body's ability to store poisons, to bounce back from an injury or sickness. All depends on the amount of muscle tone you have compared to your fatty compartment. Muscle and fat. Muscle should be 80% of your metabolism of your body, and then the fat should only be 20%. And when the body fat becomes higher, from 20 to 30%, which is easily 80% of our population, your muscle has gone down is what happens. You don't have as much muscle tone. And now you become fat-centered, metabolically challenged, full of inflammation, extra weight carrying around up and down the stairs, rolling out of bed, having to clean your body, all those different areas that you never even knew you had because of the extra fat. And then the systems, the knee starts to hurt, the back starts to hurt, the feet start to tingle. It's called neuropathy. And, your urine out, you're increasing you need to pee all the time because the increased blood sugar is, your body can't get rid of it all because the fat is inflammatory. And this whole series of injuries and symptoms and misery follows people who carry too much body fat. We have a solution. 5 cans of food. Get a consult, get an exam, the BIA exam, find out your true numbers. And if you qualify, I'll throw you a laser liposuction. You could see the technology and you can feel it, you can touch it and see if it's really something that would benefit you. It's a pretty powerful thing. So I like to say that, my lipolate, and let's get back to number 5. You want to get rid of your stubborn fat so badly that you've been considering some surgical procedure like liposuction or even freezing your unwanted fat, or maybe abusing and submitting yourself to those injections, the new injection, the weight loss injection. It is horrible stuff. It is. If I told you how those injections work, the GLP agonists, your Ozempic, your semaglutide, your tirzepatide, your Wegovy, these are brand new medications that have been out in the market for less than 5 years. They got FDA approved for blood sugar in the beginning for diabetes. Now they just recently been approved for weight loss. And on the searches and trending, it's been the number one topic in many, many places. It's been so overly sold and so promoted that they don't even have enough for the people that have diabetes, because all the people that want to just lose a few inches are using this drug. And it creates, over time, it can create some serious side effects, damage, disease, illness within your body that you got to live with the rest of your life after taking that drug. I'm not kidding. It is terrible. And if you're older, in your 60s or 70s, and you're put on that drug for weight loss, it causes your muscles to degrade. You lose muscle tone is what happens because you're not able to eat. It keeps you from eating. It's almost like a gag, a psychological mouth guard that prevents you from eating because you can't eat. Why? Because the stuff slows down your digestive tract. The GLP-1 agonist, it causes your stomach to be what they call paresis. It slows it down. It can't digest the food anymore. So everything stops up, which leads you to gas and nausea and bloating because you're not supposed to keep food in your belly that long. It'll rot. And so that's one of the huge side effects of it, gas and bloating and pain in the belly. And then the other one is because you're not eating, it affects your receptors. Those receptors shut down and they say, hey, listen, you don't need to eat. So now you're not eating. And where do you think your body gets its energy from? Not from the food, because the food's not going through the system. You don't burn fat for energy. You burn fat when the energy runs out. So basically, these semaglutide and these injections are causing you to burn muscle and glycogen, which is stored energy, which is your energy source for running, for healing, for responding to stress. You need muscle tone. So at the end of these injections, over time, they're showing severe muscle loss. Yes, loss of weight, but at what price? Loss of muscle tone. Now, not everybody gets this, but a lot do. And you don't know because that doctor that put you on that stuff, you probably read it on a Facebook ad, a sponsored ad, and it's somebody who's a nurse practitioner who doesn't have any knowledge in weight loss or metabolism is working for a clinic, or some business guy who's realizing, hey, you can make a lot of money on this stuff. And, and that's why you see all these ads coming through Facebook and stuff. Buyer beware, man. You should run from your life from that stuff. I refuse to allow anybody, when people come into my office, they have to be off that medication for us to even help them. That's how bad it is. So, what I'm offering here today is if you've been frustrated and you're looking to get some help, we have a program right now. It's in exchange for 5 cans of food. You can have 1 free laser liposuction, 1 treatment. You get a free body fat analysis, which is the BMI test, free question and answer. You can meet with me, and it's going to go on right up until January 1st. If we get overwhelmed, and I think we are, because we have a lot of people that are already, I've gotten some texts. You heard my phone ring, and that's people that are booking, by the way. They heard it. They're listening, and they're coming in because Dr. Tread doesn't offer this for 5 cans of food. I am desperately wanting to help the people in our area that have food insecurity and they can't get enough food. And this is one way of helping them, help me to help them. And I'm helping you by introducing you to the most incredible technology I have ever been introduced to when it comes for quick, easy weight loss, consistent, body fat reduction, and along with common sense nutrition and things that I would teach you to help you to also build that muscle tone back. Okay, so it's called Dr. Tread Slim Body Laser Spa. Our phone number is 772-223-5885. We're on Southeast Ocean Boulevard, right across the street from the Fresh Market next to Carmelis. And we're going to be there till 6 o'clock today. It is Tuesday, November 28th. And thank you for listening to our show today. I just want you to know that I so appreciate you. And if it wasn't for you, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably have nothing to do. I'd probably be out fishing somewhere. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Adios. Bye-bye. Namaste.